Hello, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a brand new video. And this week on the Magic Roundabout we're going different. We've got Corgis this time. I've got some Corgis to do, so I thought I'll do these, get these done. They're fairly straightforward. As you know, my missus ain't very well, so I'm trying to do ones what aren't going to take too much time, because I need to keep an eye on her and do the carers bit, you know. So there we go. A quick look at these going round. I'd like to welcome all my new subscribers. Thanks for jumping on board, much appreciated. And welcome back to all my old faithfuls, old lads. Cheers, boys. Your continued support is fantastic, brilliant. Right, here we go. Let's get these off the Magic Roundabout. I'm going to have a better look at them. Rightio then, let's have a look. Right, two different sorts, early and late, different bases. This is obviously the early one. It's got the thin tin base and it hasn't got any showing axles like this one's got, showing any whatever that lump is supposed to be, differential I suppose. Writing's round different, as you can see. That's Corgi Bedford, CA van. Can't read what that says on the bottom of there in a minute. Oh, made in Great Britain. One rivet, hole in the front and a tag at the back. This is the same, one rivet, tag at the back. No numbers on these, just a CA van, made in Great Britain. Okay, smooth hubs on both. This is the AA version. Got glass, it seems to be in good condition. There's a bit of paint on it. Over painted. Okay, roughly the colour it should be anyway. That I think needs straightening a bit. I'll check that out. And there's this one, got good glass. I think the front ends are the same. Yeah, front ends are the same. Don't think there's any real difference in the castings. I think just the bases were different. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What are we on? Is there any details on the backlights there? Yeah, you just faintly see the backlight details there. I'll have to whack them in. Decals. I'll quickly unzip this up. Oh, well, there we go. I mean, it's nice they send them in Ziploc bags, I must admit. I'm getting a few of these now, these bags. Right, what do we got? That's it, KLG plugs, obviously spark plugs, I would say. And the AA. Okay, so they're the ones we're dealing with. That one's with that one, and that one's with that one, obviously. I've got a tin of aerosol, AA yellow, so that's going on there. I've got to get with where this is masked off. I think it's on the top of the headlights. I'll check that. I know it's on the roof, just that bit there, so we should be good to go. Right. There you go. I remember these vans when I was a young lad. They're all over the place, these Bedford vans. Sliding doors, as of the early transit. Yeah, bakery deliveries, meat deliveries, you name it. Chasing about. And there's still some about nowadays, actually. They did a camper van. This is what I'm going to do with the other one that I've got over there. It's the army version with the windows down the side. So, yeah, very common in the country at the time. Very useful. I think the engine actually came into the cab. The gearbox and the part of the engine was in the cab, in between the two seats, if I remember rightly. Right, okay, let's get the base off and we'll have another look at it. As the base is drilled off, right, we'll get the screwdriver. That's what we need. Straightforward enough. Just find a way in. Get it off the top. Pull it out the bottom tag. There you go. That's out. And that's got a... I don't know what that's all about. Hang on a minute. I wonder if it's had a motor in it. What do you reckon? It had a motor in it. If you look underneath there, that's why it's got that lump, isn't it? Look, there's a gear there, look. Hold on a sec. Yeah, there's a gear in there, look. This looks like it holds a motor. Well, I didn't know that. Well, there's a friction motor on it, I don't know. I'll have to check that out when I go down the house and have a look. But it might have been a friction motor in there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, have a look. See the cog in there, look. I don't know if you can see that very well in there. Trying to show you a bit better. Yeah, it's in there. There it is there. And right in this house, a little motor. Like I say, it might have been a friction motor. That would explain why it's got that on the bottom. Well, I didn't know that. I think some of you guys probably already done these a few times, so you'll know what's supposed to be in here and what's not. Right, anyway, that's the first base off. And we got the glass. I've already drilled the glass out. That one, I thought I had to do two. I see the one back there. I thought that one. I thought, no, I've got to do two of them. It's bad enough doing one. But no, luckily enough, it was all right. So that's the glass out. It's a bit dirty, but it'd be fine. So I'll keep that one over there. This is what I was saying about the other on the last video. You see that shoulder there? Yeah, on some occasions I'll file that down to that shoulder, so that's where the base sits. Because this bit is a bit what goes up through the base and is pinned over. So normally, to get it right and level, I'll normally take it down to there. It all depends on how badly damaged this top piece is, because some of them just break away because it's very thin with the drill going through, as you can see. So sometimes this get broken away. If it does, then I'll just file it down to the shoulder. But on this occasion, it looks like it's not in bad condition. Choice is yours. It's got 20, number 2 written on there. Bedford, right, okay, so that's that one. This one, obviously nothing on there. And there again, the glass come out. Good condition. I don't know whether or not they're interchangeable, these units. Yeah, they look like it. Just in case I get them mixed up, that's what I was thinking about. Right, this piece, as you can see underneath there, it looks like it's been at the factory. They knock it down with something just to bend that over there and there to catch it. So what I'm going to do, when I've took the paint off, I'll get these out. I have squashed it up a little bit to see if it will come out, but I think it might be easier just to strip it all in one and then take it out when it's stripped, when I can see more. And it might loosen some paint up. You see this one? You see that shoulder there, that post? That's compared to this one. You can see that there. That's got a little bit more meat on this post than this one. So this one I'll file down to the shoulder. Yeah. So that's what I'll do with that. Right, that's that then. So it's a matter of getting the tyres off now. I think these are different size tyres on there. There's a narrow ones on there, wide ones on there, narrow one, narrow one. I'm not sure. I think these were treaded on this style hub. I've got some treaded ones, so I have to warm these up and get these off because they're a bit, it's cold, they're stiff. I don't want to break them up. I mean, they're all right. This one has got the smooth tyres, which I would have thought would have been the other way around, but I might be wrong. So that one's shot anyway, so that can come off. That one's shot at the back there, look, it's all knackered. So that can go. Get off my finger. That one's all that do for a spare. I like to keep the old tyres, because sometimes when you get a car off eBay or social media or whatever, it's got no tyres on it. You can whack some tyres on it just to some spares on it. Right. Here we have it then. Get it stripped. Okay, we'll get it stripped and I'll come back to you when it's stripped. Okay, I just thought I'd show you this. If you wanted to do a code 3 on your Bedford CA, you can slam it to the ground with very little effort. See that? It's rolling, sweet as a nut. That's the standard height, and that's your rolling height. Look at that. Yeah. All you have to do is turn the base around. There you go, look. I've turned the base upside down. Just lift it off. Turn the base upside down. Just take it out. That's what I'm holding the camera because it was I needed to show you it low down. There you go. That's the original way around. And that's the ride height as normal. Yeah. So if you want to do a code 3 and send it down to the ground just for a giggle, it can be done. Easy as that. Just swap it round, lower it down. There you go. And you can see the difference in the, excuse me, see the difference there, look. I just thought I'd show you that just for a bit of fun. So you could do that. Paint some funky colours on that. Yeah. There you go. Job done. Let's go then. Let's clean these up. Right. The Corgi. Oh yeah, I did have a bit of looking last night. This is supposed to have like a flywheel motor in this, apparently. So I'm looking. And I would say this hasn't been got into, so I imagine they made some of the flywheel motors and then they just carried on making them. Just took the flywheel out when they didn't want to do it anymore. So yeah, so that would have sat in there somewhere. But we're not going to replicate that. Right. So I'll tell you that. Let's get this base off. And let's get cracking. Got the Wizard on the go. There we go. Got a new wire wheel in it. And for safety reasons, with these wire wheels, they do fly off. As you've heard countless people on other videos saying, yeah, do wear safety glasses or goggles or whatever you've got handy, because they do get fly off a little bit. Especially if you've got a woolly jumper, like I often wear in here, you get a little bit stuck in there. When you get back down, you think, what the bloody hell's that poking in my arm? It's one of them. I'm lucky because I wear glasses anyway, but I've got, when I do this, I've got some safety glasses I used to have in the factory, which have got side pieces on, so they can't get any crap in. So that's it. Anyway, let's get on with this. Where are we going to go first? Let's go on the old bonnet. Yeah, just to go, when these wheels are new, just gently, don't put a lot of pressure on them, because when they're new, just got to just work them in nicely. It's when they get a bit older you can apply a bit of pressure. Yeah, but that's coming off, isn't it? It's coming off. There we go. Let's see what the grill can. I do like the grills coming up like this. Nice detail on this one. These CA vans I've got here, particularly here, these are late 50s, middle to late 50s van with this grill. in the early 60s, I think I might be wrong, but I know what I've seen, that in the 60s they changed the grill on the front to more of a mesh type of grill. So this is the grill that I use in the mid to late 50s. I prefer this grill myself. Most of them were painted, except for the two lines there. One there, you'll see when I do it. Two lines there. So that's coming up. There we go. Oh, another thing for beginners, if you want to do this one and you want to do casting lines, see that one there? Hold on. We get a point and I'll just show you. There's a casting, there appears to be a line down there and across the front and down there. Don't take that off because that's part of the vehicle. Okay. Right. Oops, sorry. Right, let's have a look at the back end then. Not a great deal of detail on there. Again, different backlight configurations on these things, early and late. There's been an early one, it would have had the red lights there and there. I think there were two more actually near a number plate in the middle. The later ones had the two down the bottom and one halfway up the back wing. That's what I can make out anyway. There we go. Like we said in previous videos, this is the part of the video, this is the part of the build or restoration that you want to take your time on. Get it as clean as you can, as nice as you can. Any imperfections, get rid of them. Any casting lines you want to do. Just take your time. I would say out of the whole thing, this is the longest stage. This is what it takes the time. Painting don't take long at all. Detailing might do, but this one I would say, this stage is definitely the longest. Right, that's the back. Front grille, look, that's a nice detail on there. I don't know if you can see it on here, but yeah, it has got written in it. In between these two here, and I keep stopping and not vlogging on, but in between there, get close enough, in between there, this was all painted. That was chrome. That was chrome. In fact, these are a bit far apart actually, they're a bit closer than that. Bumper was chrome, but it's got written in there Bedford, but there's no way am I going to be able to do that. It's too much, too small. Okay, so I'm going to get on and do both of these, get some primer on, and we'll have a look what it looks like before we put the top coat on. Okay, that's the primer done. It's quite nice. Just checked, there's not much wrong with it at all. I'll just give it a dust off because it's been overnight, and then we'll get some colour on it and we'll get back to you. See you in a mo. That's these two painted. The red one is painted and lacquered. Come out quite nice. Quite nice. The red lights are going to be difficult to do at the back there. So just wants detailing now. Just wants detailing. So as you can see where I've flattened the headlights out a little bit, because they were sticking out more pointed and I didn't like them, so I just flattened them out a little bit. This yellow one, it's painted. Now I've got to mask it up and paint the black. Okay, so I'm just going to turn the video off and check my references for exactly where it goes. I think it's just on above that roof line, just there. That roof line there, that is a demarcation line, and it just goes to the back of that headlight rim, straight down, straight across in front of that little bit of a grill thing there. So I imagine that's where it goes. So I'm going to double check and we'll make a start. I've done the bases, polished up the wheels. What I've done with the wheels, I went over them this time to get a nice shine on them, is I went over the sanding sticks, different grades, got it nice and smooth, and then went over with a metal polish and buffed them right up. They look quite nice actually. You'll probably see better when it's on the vehicle. So I've done both of those. This is the other one. So I've just got to dip the window screens now in clear and leave them to dry overnight before assembly. So I'm going to check these references now and we'll get on with the masking. Right, making a start on this. Now, I put the line across there. I started to come down here, just behind that bumper, back of the headlight and along. Now, because of the shape of the body, I want to show you this. If you were just to pull that down, it wouldn't necessarily go where you want it to go. Yeah. So what I've done here was I cut it let me show you. Just get that right there. Just going to move that fraction. Always got to be checking. Move that fraction across. And because of the shape of the bodywork, you'll get a kink in your tape. So what I'll do is just snip that off there like that. Just move that down where I want it to be. Just back slightly. These castings weren't inch perfect or millimetre perfect. And then get your rest of your tape. It's a bit fiddly, that's why it's all do this on camera, because you need a lot of room and manoeuvrability and stuff. And just get your tape so it overlaps. Overlaps the original piece. And then follow your line down. And it should be, whoops, moved it a bit there. Somewhere where you want it. Got to come across a bit more on it. So I'm just fiddling about getting it lined up. In fact, actually, I could do it a bit more tape. That's not enough. Just wait a second, guys. We'll just cut a bit more tape off. I'll look it out. Talk amongst yourselves for a moment. Here we go. That's better. Just hook it behind there, smooth it out. There you go. Right, cocktail sticks, or toothpicks. What I do with some of these, you get from like pound shop, dollar shops if you're in America or Canada or wherever. That's these. The ends tend to break off. They're so thin. They just bend and break off. So what I do is just nip the end off, rub a sander over it, and I can use that then just to smooth down the edges. So you get it right. Yeah. Right on the edge. Gently so you don't scratch your paint. Especially when you've got, how can I say, body lines, like here, where the wing dips. Make sure you get in there, smooth that down. Okay. Or else your paint's going to get underneath there. And you can look at it from the end, and you'll see if it's lifting or not. Looks pretty good. Down the edge. What's the old saying? Measure twice, cut once. Well, double check everything you're doing on here, or else you're going to be disappointed. And it does happen. Seriously, it does. It happens to me a lot. And it happens to a lot of other people as well. It's just the nature of the game, isn't it? Right, so I think that's going to be smooth enough to cover that. So now I'll have to do his mask, all the rest of it off. Now, good job I did the referencing, because I didn't realise, sorry, that this black doesn't come right to the end. It comes in, it comes just, so that signboard covers it there. See, I was going to go right to the end. So it's always best to check your references if you can. And I'm going to go along there. This is kept yellow. And all that. So I'm going to do that now, because it's going to be fiddly to get that right the way around there. Okay? So I'll get back to you when that bit's all done. There you go. All masked up. And when you're doing it, you see, you need to double check everything. Go around it, checking it, making sure you covered everything you can. I even put a bit on, just a little bit on the inside of these windows, just in case the spray goes underneath. When you take your tape off, you'll have black lines underneath. Excuse your black finger now. So I think we've pretty much covered this. So I'm going to give it a wipe over. Then stick some black gloss on it. This gloss I'm using, I haven't got any what I normally use. It's an acrylic one, but it takes longer to dry. The stuff I normally use, the high coat, that's sort of dry really quickly. But this one takes a bit longer. So I'm not going to be demasking it straight away like I normally do. I'll have to wait for a bit. I did some painting on the plastic chassis over there, and it's still a bit tacky, release fingerprints in it, so I have to be careful. All right, so I'm going to get and paint this, demask it, and then that'll be ready for details. Okay, wish me luck. That's it, I pulled the masking off. Just this minute, finished pulling it off. Quite pleased with the results, to be honest with you. Yeah, I might be able to, yeah, I don't hold it in my hand because I've got it on the forceps. But yeah, that roof line came out better than I thought it would do, to be honest with you. Around the back, quite straight. I think there's a little tiny piece just there where the tape went up a little bit, because that sliding door piece of metal, there's just a little tiny bit there, and the smallest, it looks bigger on camera, but it's not really, it's a little tiny bit there. I must have had a gap. See, I must have had a gap just there, and a fraction there, nothing much, a little bit of cocktail stick, a bit of paint on it, job done. But yeah, could be a lot worse, especially when doing black and yellow. Bloody hell, black and yellow, you know, the slightest bit. They got a nice line across the front there, look. Down that side, down that side. So yeah, I'm overall pretty pleased with that. So I can't lacquer this just yet. I'm going to touch these few spots up, give it a bit more time to dry, so it's still, you know, it's still tacky. There's one thing to remember, guys, especially beginners, because I should imagine people who, like me, who've been doing it for a while now, have learned the hard way. When you're peeling masking tape, try and use wood of some sort, either sharpened lollipop stick or something. Try not to use tweezers to drag out your masking tape, because you will end up scratching your paint. You know, when you've masked it all up and you're trying to find the end to start with, or you know, you want to do it, get your toothpick under it and just lift it until you can get a good edge, then get your tweezers and then pull it off. But always pull away from the painted, fresh painted surfaces, like on there. Pull down and away. Don't pull up over your painted surface, because you'll peel your paint back. So that's a little tip. I hope you're listening to this and not buggered off and fast forwarded it. Should have said that before, but I'll cover all that in my beginner's guides, which hopefully I'll be starting when the missus feels a bit better. But yeah, toothpick or anything woody, you can sharpen it or get it to a nice edge, just so you can just pick up the edge like that, and then get your tweezers underneath it and peel it back. Yeah, because if you start using tweezers or a knife, you could damage this, scratch it, and then you will be pissed off, wouldn't you? Yeah. So there you go. Let it dry, get some lacquer on it, and then get some details on it. Hopefully that'll be tomorrow. What's today? It's Sunday today, so I'm gonna need crack on, because these got to be up and loaded on Wednesday. So there you go. See you soon. Detail painting time. Okay, then. I've done the front bumper on this up to now, because I got my new paint the other day. Enamel polished aluminium. It's a metal coat, so I'm just trying it out on that. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the details on this one, but I won't show you the details on the AA one, because they're both basically the same. And the AA one is up there now, waiting, warming the paint up and waiting to spray it with lacquer. And I won't be able to touch that till tomorrow, and I'll be running out of time if I don't mess about. So what I'm going to do is detail this one up, and then next time you'll see it after that, we'll be ready for the decals. Okay, right, now Dinky had this whole front radiator stuff chromed, but if you look on the originals on Google Images of this type, they had this bar here was chrome, and there is one below it, but it's so close, they've molded it so close to the bumper that it's going to look a bit, I'll have a look at that anyway, but see if I can do, it might look like it's blended in with the two. Okay, so I'm going to do that across there, do the headlights, these little side lights. Okay, because you know, I looked at it and I didn't like the whole front grille painted silver. It looks odd, so it's my little twist on it. Okay, so I've got the brush. Just going to do the headlights first, I think, on this one. As always, I probably won't show you all. It takes time. That's one. Two. It's a bit warmer today. Trying to get the headlights to look the same. Yeah, but that's okay. All right, what we've got next to do, this line. Oh yeah, we've got to, I might change the brush for that. Go a bit thinner. See how it goes. Oh, let's get real close to this one. There we go, just gently. We're getting there. I've got to remember this new paint, don't put my brush in too bloody far, or else it's going to be all over. It might look a bit higgledy-piggledy for the minute. It's just till I get a line that I can see properly. You get to my age, old eyesight's not as great as it used to be. At one time I'd rattle through this no problem, but nowadays hey. Nearly done. Right, straight enough. Nearly finished it. What have we got? 7 minutes. Right, I'm going to finish this off. All I'm going to do is that bar across there, 2 side lights. In fact, just so you're not completely bored. There you go, Right, I'm going to carry on finishing this bit of detail off camera, and we'll come back to you when it's decal time. Got the hang of it anyway. You know what I'm going to be doing. Decal time. Excuse me. Okay, let's look at the details then that I've done. There's your front bars, your 2 chrome bars, headlights, side lights. There's your back red lights there. That's that for that one. This one, same. 2 front chrome bars, lights, and so on. 2 back lights, well, 4 back lights actually. Handles, handles, handles. Come out quite nice finish on it. I'll put this back on. What you do, just push it through, and I've got a pair of pliers and just twist it to locate them in place. Okay, and so there we are with them. Just going to test fit this rivet again. Yeah, that one's okay. There we go, test fit this one. Yeah, that one's okay. Right, okay, and you've seen the bases. I think I showed you the bases, didn't I? All the wheels blinged up, polished up. Windscreens are all done. Right, decals. Now, these are the 2 sets. Now, you know, I talked on the other video about being pre-cut, but these aren't pre-cut. You can see that there's no line at all. So I've got to cut these out, which is fairly straightforward. This one, the small one, goes on the headboard. So I'm going to have to measure that and make sure I get that right. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to cut these. Just get a decent pair of scissors. Like I said before, keep a good pair of scissors aside for just doing your decals only, so you don't blunt them all off and use them for plastic and get rubbish on them. Okay? That's what I'll do. Anyway. And we'll be using the micro set, the blue one, because we're not going over any curves or anything like that, so we just use the micro set. You don't have to use this. Seriously, you don't. I'm only using it because I've got it. Yeah? Because I used to use it for scale modelling. I've still got loads in there, as you can see, so I might as well use it. I just put this on. You can just use ordinary water, paint on first, and put your decal. So you don't have to buy this, okay? Seriously. Right, let's get on. Oh, I've got a brush to paint it on. So I need to cut these first. So let me cut these, because our camera's in the way, and I'm going to get trying to cut these. It's going to be awkward. So I'll cut these, and we'll come back to you when I'm going to put them on. Okay, this is the first one. Let's get it on. Can't see it now, can you? Got it in the wrong place. And move it out of the way. So let's get the toothpick. Well, I noticed these particular ones are a little bit. I have to be very careful with these ones, because I think they're a little bit, the printing is a little bit naff on these. Too much rubbing and that will be gone. Right, that's the first one. So give it a gentle rubbing over. I can't remember what seller I got these from. I'll have to have a look, because some you have to be careful. That's that one. That's that side. Get this one out. Excuse me while I fiddle about. I'll keep this one short because time's getting on and I want the video to drag on too long. Because they do if you're not careful. You get carried away with yourself. Well, I do anyway when you're doing these things. Get it positioned where you want it. Then roll out the barrel. Get it right. Moved. Tosser. Come on, down a bit. That's it. She's a lively one, this one. That's got it. Right, okay. So that's both those sides done then. That's just this one finished now. Okay. Oh, but that's up in the air a bit there, look. Try and bring that down a bit. So I'll just bring that down just a mo. That's it. That'll do you. Right, that's that one. Right, we got 4 minutes. I'll put the head code one on this one and then that's it. I'll finish it off camera. Because you see me do decals loads of times anyway. And I don't want this video to drag on for too long. Whoops, I've gone upside down, haven't I? It has. Get over, that's it. Yeah, I wasn't 100% with them decals, I must admit. I've had better. Right, let's have a look at the head code on this one then. Slap a bit of water on it, boy. Slap a bit of water on it. Yeah, I'm a bit behind this week on the videos. I've had a lot to do. So I'm trying to get this one finished. These two. Well, that nearly went straight on straight away, didn't it? That was a good one. AA Road Services. Good old British institution. There's not many of them left now. That's for sure. Come on, don't play it up now. Come on. She's been a little bugger. She's been a bugger. Right. There you go. Right, I'm going to do the other two off camera because it's going to take ages otherwise. All right, so I'll catch you when it's assembly time. Okay, let's get these bad boys together. Well, I'll do one because there's only one rivet, and then we'll go from there, finish off. Make sure I've got the right window unit, yeah. Bit of super duper. Little blob. There, and a bit round the back there. Should hold it in place. Drop her in, hold her down for a minute, or a couple of seconds. Oh, which one's which? Oh yeah, this is the one with the flywheel motor. Slide it in the back. Drop her on the front. And we're away. We are away. Give me here. She went super duper on now, I think. Right, that's the first one. Ooh, going on. Picked up my finger, didn't I? This one, I'll be careful this one, so I don't want to bend the headboard. So a bit of super on there. Super on there. Drop this in. There we go. There we go. Make sure the base are the right way up. Drop that in there. I know I was going to do this one off camera, but here, look here, look. Super glue, icicles. But I'm here now, so might as well do it. Might as well. Oh, I had it then. Could have gone first time as well. Right. There you go. Let them set up for a minute, then we'll get them on a magic roundabout. Okay, here we go. Right, see you in a jiff. This is what we started with. 2 Corgi toy Bedfords. Give these a go. This is what we started with. And now you can see what we ended up with. And this is what we finished up with. 2 Corgi toys Bedford CA vans. Quite nice, these two. KLG plugs, spark plugs, and the AA row services. Like I said, I didn't do what Corgi did with the front grille and paint it all. I took my reference from Pinterest and Google Images, and this particular type with this radiator grille had the 2 chrome bars like so. Polished up the wheels, got a nice shine to them. So yeah, a nice one. Well, I hope you like these two. Makes a change from a dinky, don't it? Okay then, onwards and upwards to the next one. And we'll all see you with something else next week. Bye for now, stay safe and look after yourselves.